Most insurance agents struggle with one big problem. Their website looks decent, but it doesn't convert. There's no clear call to action, no lead capture, and definitely no SEO working in the background to bring in traffic. And that's a problem because without an optimized landing page, a clear offer, and consistent blog content that ranks on Google, your website just sits there collecting dust. In this video, I'll show you how to fix that using the Fast Pages 365 Mortgage Protection Insurance Lead Gen website. You're going to learn how to turn your homepage into a high converting landing page, customize every section, header, footer, images, and calls to action to match your brand, set up a powerful SEO optimized blog that brings in free traffic over time, and connect your quiz funnel, booking calendar, and email automation so you generate and follow up with real leads on autopilot. If you're ready to turn your website into a 24/7 lead gen machine, let's go. Jumping right in here, I'm going to show you how to edit the mortgage protection insurance website. So the first thing you'll notice once you jump into the builder is over here on the left hand side. This is kind of the website menu, right? So we've got pages. You come over here and you can see we've got our different website pages here. When I click on it, it shrinks the menu, and when I click on it again, it expands the menu. So we've got the home page, the quiz results page, a contact us page, terms and condition, and privacy policy. So these are the pages that come with the website template. Then we've also got a blog section over here. And you can see when I click into the blog section, there's an edit a header area where you can edit this. You're going to want to change your about. We're going to go back to the posts. And then I've set up a basic placeholder type of a blog article that's just in here to give you an idea of what it looks like. You can click into the settings. There's settings over here too for tags, categories, URL, when you want it to post, all that stuff. So let's go back to the posts and go back to the pages, and let's get started on this home page. So here we are in the home page, and up here in the header, right, you can see it says header. When we mouse over it, this header is going to be the same on all the pages unless we state otherwise. And what do I mean by that? Here in the pages, I could, if I wanted to, go to the results page, click into the settings, hit show settings, and you can see it says use the alternative header for this page. So there are ways to change the header so that it's different on different pages, but more about that later. First thing we're going to do, come into the home, look at this header. Let's go ahead and click into your logo area. When we mouse over it, you can see a gear. That's where we edit the settings. We can have a text logo like the one we show here, or you can have an image logo where you could potentially upload an image that you created. So if you don't have your image, you can just use text. And then when you click in here into the block, this is where you can edit whether it's bold, what font it is, what size the font is, what the line height is, right? So it doesn't look like it's too bunched up on itself. And you can even change the color. So when we come in here to text color, I can make it a blue to match this blue, whatever I like. So that is the text logo area. If you actually have a logo, here's how we're going to do it. I would click into the settings, hit image logo, and click inside this block here. And then I'd upload a file. Now I just created this in Canva right here, black and white minimalist logo right here. I'm going to click open. And you can see right here, there's my logo. So now I go ahead and hit select. Okay, so now we've got the logo in the header. And here you can see there's a maximum logo height, right? So if I wanted to, I could kind of bring this down a little bit, make it a little smaller. It's up to you how you like to see it. I'm going to leave it at like 60 right there. And just so you know too, There is a way to just click and drag in these like buffer areas, right? So you can kind of adjust that as well. So if you find that there's too much space up top or below, just go ahead and drag it. I like 20 pixels there. Let's go ahead and make it uniform, 20 pixels there, so it's centered in the space. This looks good, and you can even drag it side to side. When you mouse over your menu, you can see there's a little drag slide right there. So if you wanted to, you could have, you know, your words centered, or you can have them off to the side. It's up to you, however you like it. Go ahead and click save, and let's move on from there. So the next thing I want to bring your attention to is the footer. The footer is down here, and this is site-wide, just like the header. The header is going to be on every page, footer is going to be on every page, and if you want to, you can put your business name right in here. Just go ahead and click into the block and start typing. You can put your business name in here. You can change these two text blocks to read anything you like. I've just got it kind of set up there with generic consent to contact, so that information is there for you if you want to change it. Now, if you look at these pictures and you don't necessarily love them, what you can do is you can go into Canva and go ahead and create a new image by just coming into Canva, hit create. Let's make something that's 500 by 500, for example, because if you'll look at the website, I'm going to go ahead and close this. Let's look at the website. That's a square image. I use 500 by 500. It seems to work all right. So if you use this 500 by 500 image size, you can come over here to photos, and you could search for something like homeowners, right? Or something. Just start to kind of search around homeowners. There we go. Click that. And you can see there's various pictures of different ethnicities of people and doing different things that indicate homeownership, right? So you could, like for example, if you wanted to just grab a picture and go ahead and resize it so it fits into the 500 by 500 box. Go ahead and drag it. Now you can't just swipe pictures from Canva like this, so you got to put a little text in there. We're going to go mortgage protection insurance for your family, and I don't think I want that to be black, so I'm going to highlight it, hit text color, white. Great. Now that it's highlighted, I can use this. I can come down here and make it like a 9 font. Maybe put it down here at the very bottom. Get it centered. There we go. Now I've got mortgage protection insurance for your family. I named this so that it has search engine optimization impact, right? So mortgage protection insurance for your family is great, right? So, you know, that's something that SEO is going to pick up. Let's hit share, download, and download again. Go back to our website, click into the image right here that we want to replace, hit edit image, and then we can click into this plus box, and let's go ahead and upload a file. So right here is the file that we wanted to upload. And it's already selected, so we just hit select. Oops. Select it, hit select. And you can see it's already got a mortgage description or a image description in there. But again, you'd want to type something in there that would be good for search engine optimization. Now you can see we've got that image in there. Click save. Perfect, right? So you can customize any of the text on here if you like. All right, now let's check out the quiz module here. So right here, module, it's actually a widget. It's a quiz survey widget. So when we click into it, you can see a little menu pops up here. So we're not in it, we're in it. We click in. Now we can edit the fields, right? All the fields are in here, including the results fields, all in here. Now we've also got settings. So when you click into it, you go settings. Now here is where you can name it, right? They call it a form, but you know, you and I both know it's a quiz. So here's the quiz. This shows up on your email, right? So when you get a notification saying, hey, Tim just completed your quiz, it's going to be this quiz. So name it appropriately, and then of course you're going to want to notify yourself when somebody finishes it. Put in your email address. Now I've got auto advance checked, progress bar, that's this thingy right here. Show progress tabs, nah, I don't want that. Show back button, sure, why not? And then the next button text, back button, and then the complete button. So these are things that you can obviously change if you want to. You can play around with it. You know, nothing's permanent. You can't break it. If you do break it, call me. I can help you fix it. It's not that big a deal. Now in here, we've got a tag. So you can select a tag, right? So what we do when somebody finishes this, we tag them, mortgage protection insurance. Hit confirm. So I've got that in there. And then you can also add them to your email marketing. Select the list, right? So we've got MPI for mortgage protection insurance. So they're going to go on that list if they go through this quiz. You can add a different list if you want to. That's going to be in the email marketing part. That all that information is in the free course. So we're going to connect them to the email marketing. If you want to, you can enable the double opt-in. If you decide you want to do that, I'll explain that more later. But I just wanted to show you that the settings are right here, and you definitely want to update that. Now, just so you know, there's also the results right here. So not only are they available in the edit fields, but here you can see the results. Now you could just have a generic thank you message, but I've got it on a page redirect. It takes you to the mortgage protection insurance results page, right? So just so you know, that's in there. And then there's also some styling. You can come in here and change the way things look if you want to. I've got it kind of set up generic milquetoast, but that's okay. Everything in here is customizable. So just so you know, that information is there. Anytime you see a form or a quiz, you know, feel free to click in there and look at this stuff. And you know, things can be edited. Just wanted you to know that, okay? And if you do make any changes, of course, click the save button. If you messed something up and you don't want to save it, just discard those changes. You don't have to save them. So no worries. Now let's go to the second page, and I'm going to show you that your header has stayed the same. Your footer would stay the same. And now we've just got the results page. You're one step closer. Again, if you want to change the font or the words, you certainly can. You can change it to Roboto if you want, whatever you like. Just hit save. Now, if you decide you want to create your own video because you don't like this one, you can. You can just come in here and hit edit video, and you can get rid of and change the video source. Now you can use a YouTube video link, or you can use something like Vimeo. Vimeo costs me like 15 bucks a month. I host all my videos on here, and depending upon which package you have for your website builder, you might be able to host videos right into the website builder. But you might want to check with me before you do that, just to make sure you've got the access to be able to host videos in your package. So I'm just going to leave this alone. I just wanted you to know that you can edit it if you want to. Now, down here in this calendar area, you see I've already got a calendar kind of set up in here, but watch this. When I go into appointments, let's go ahead and click out of here. There's a little video in there that shows you how to do stuff, but I'm going to kind of go past it here. Now I've got this mortgage protection consultation calendar in here already. What if I didn't have that? Click builder again, come in, go back to mortgage protection insurance. Let's start over here, scroll down. What if I click into this calendar and I delete it? Now it's just got the headline and then there's no calendar in there. So let's go ahead and click save. If you don't have your calendar created yet, what you do is you come into appointments. Now, if there is a calendar already created in your template, that's great. Just edit it. You can click the gear, hit edit. Okay, so that's something. Or you just go ahead and create a new booking event like this. And the same menu pops up, and you're just going to fill this information out just like I'm going to do here. So I'm going to click edit, and I can see the event name, mortgage protection consultation. Could be insurance consultation, could be chat with Tim, whatever you like. Now, if it's a Google Meet, you could put, video or whatever. I'm just going to leave it as phone consultation. You're going to want to go through every one of these and get everything edited for yourself. So a meeting reminder will be sent. I choose 1 hour before the meeting, email the customer with their appointment details. Next. Now this is where the operators are. If you've got a template that's already set up, no worries. Just come in here and edit the operator. You can come in here, put your name in, the email where your notifications will be sent. This is for you so that you get a notification when somebody makes an appointment with you. If you want to put your picture in there, just go ahead and upload it and then select it. And your picture will display to the client when they're selecting an operator if they are selecting an operator, right? So like if you're running a hair salon or something, or an insurance agency where there's 5 different people, you might want to have a picture in there to personalize the operator. You can choose a custom color, and then also you can receive events on your Google Calendar. That way, if you've got a dentist appointment and you put it on your Google Calendar, that syncs with this calendar. So all you've got to do is click this sign in with Google, and now whatever Google Calendar you sync with, it's going to match up. So if you're on your phone, you're out in your car, somebody makes an appointment, you can actually see it on your phone on that Google Calendar. All right. So you're going to go ahead and save that. And this assign operators automatically is based on schedule if multiple operators are available. If you have multiple operators available, go ahead and click it. If you don't, just leave it alone. Let's click next. Now, the booking type. It's going to be a one-on-one operator with a single attendance. The meeting duration could be any of these. I'm going to pick 30 minutes. Let's limit the operator available for booking time to be next week. I found that if you go too far out in advance, people just don't show up. So next week is good. So let's see. Every day you can choose either Monday through Friday, Saturday, Sunday, any day of the week. You can go ahead and go Monday, 9 to 17. That's military hours, right? So 9 to 17. And if I want to, I can add Tuesday. And if I've got a special thing where I know I want to leave at noon, I hit that. So there's lots of different cool ways that you can set up your calendar here. I'm going to delete this and leave it every day, 9 to 17. If there's a day exclusion, do that. Okay, availability increments. I'm going to just choose 60 minutes. If you want to make it every half hour, you can. Is there going to be scheduling notice? So basically that just means if you're doing something, can somebody book an appointment for in the next 15 minutes or not? 15 minutes, 30 minutes, 1 hour. If you want to leave yourself a buffer, you can. So nobody can make an appointment with me now on this calendar within the hour. They're going to be shown the next hour. So, and if you want to have a buffer between appointments, right? So if you don't want to get booked solid and you want to have 30 minutes between each appointment, maybe to make notes or send emails, check your email, whatever it is, go ahead and put that buffer in there. And if you want to limit the number of sessions, go ahead and click that and then choose the number of sessions you want to max out at. No worries. Let's go ahead and click next. Now, in the form questions, you've got name, email, phone. Now I added an optional message, and what you can do is you can add a field if you want to. You can have it be a text area, and look, it just says message, right? So I'm going to go ahead and delete this because I don't want it because there's already one here. And then you can also change the name in the field. I just made it optional message. Let's go ahead and click save. Let's go ahead and hit next. Now the confirmation, you could send them to a page, but you'd have to create it. Here, I just put default confirmation message. Now you can use ChatGPT to come up with something snappy if you like, right? And this is just, hey, looking forward to talking to you, let's get together, happy to talk, blah, 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 right? Something like that just says thank you for making the appointment. Now, because this is already a booking event thing, and when I click save, it just says updated. But now when I go back to all booking events, the changes will be there. That used to be 15 minutes, now it's 30. So now I've got my booking event all set up. Go back to the builder, go back to the page. And now I deleted that just to make a point. You wouldn't necessarily have to if it was already there. But now when I hit this plus section, you can see I've got all my widgets here. And when I want to add a booking, it's right here. Just go ahead and drag the booking underneath, and there it is. Select the booking event, mortgage protection. Boom. Isn't that cool? Yes, it is. Now, if, while you're in here, you're in the settings for this thing, and basically by clicking into your menu, you can come in here and hit edit. So now you can see, here's my booking settings. So now I can come in here and say, create a new member profile on event. So if somebody makes an appointment, they can be part of your basic members, or you could create a different membership group. But it's kind of cool to have them, create something in your CRM like that. Now you can also connect them to email marketing, which I suggest you do. So what I would do is maybe make a default list, or mortgage protection insurance. I've got that in there. Click it, MPI, that's mortgage protection insurance. Click confirm. So now everybody who makes an appointment is going to be added to this email marketing list. So when you go in to do email marketing, you'll say, hey, which list do you want to send it to? MPI. All right. Now, if you wanted to, you could enable double opt-in. That means they get sent an email and have to confirm. I don't know. It's something, if you want to do that, you can, right? It could potentially get rid of like spam bots or people who are just being jerks and putting in a bogus email, right? Because if they don't double opt in, then they wouldn't hit your list. Now you can also tag your contacts. It's not a bad idea to tag them. So what you would do is just come in here, click that block, and then call them something. Mortgage protection insurance? Sure. I already had that typed in there. That was kind of default, but you may have to just go ahead and enter something. So now I've got people added to a list. I've got them tagged, and I'm also getting an email when they make a new appointment. Let's see here, edit, copy. Okay, that all looks good. I'm going to hit save. So now I've got my appointment calendar all set up. Let's go to the next page, the contact us. Now the contact us basically has a pop-up for ask your question and the calendar again. So just confirm that your calendar updated, because if you already have a calendar, it should have updated. But if you don't, then just go ahead and click over your new calendar, the booking, whoop, drop it right in there. And it'll do the same thing it did on the last page. Now, here on the pop-ups, what we're going to do is we're going to click this pages menu, and you can see there's pages, and then there's pop-ups. What? Click pop-ups. Now we can edit the Ask Me Anything pop-up. So you hit that, and now you can see it's got colors, it's got fields, everything in here. If you don't like the colors, no worries. All you've got to do is, let's see what happens when we hit pop-up settings. The pop-up settings, it could be one of those automated pop-ups that automatically opens up when somebody does like an exit intent or something. So you can have it be show after a time on a page scroll. So as soon as they start scrolling down, or if they're going to try and leave, you can hit this saying, hey, did you have questions? And then of course you can hit allow on mobile devices, which that's not a bad thing. Definitely allow it on mobile devices. Now there's animations in here you can choose from. Go ahead and play with that. And then when the pop-up is closed, you could choose, one of these options if you like. Now I'm just going to go ahead and click out of here and hit save. There we go. It's going to take a second. There we go. Updated. Now the paintbrush. This is where we're going to get our pop-up background color. Want to change the color? No problem. Just go ahead and change it. I've got these global colors in here, but you can change it to anything you like. If I want there to be an overlay background color, I can, or I can get rid of it. So the overlay background color is if they hit the pop-up, and what it does is it makes a whole new screen thing. I can change the opacity. So now it's just a solid gray, but I can make it so you can still see the page sort of through it, right? So that's kind of cool. The overlay background color, and then the close button color is right here. So now I can go ahead and click out of there, hit save again, and it's updated. Now let's say I don't like this red. Let's say I want to make that white or a light gray. There we go. Ask your question. We'll get back to you ASAP. There. So you can click into here and you can change this text right here with this menu right here. So no worries. That's everything you need to know about that. Let's go ahead and hit save. Actually, that's not everything you need to know. Let's look at the form. So when you mouse over the form and you click it, there's edit fields, which you can edit these fields if you like to, or there's the settings. Let's click settings and look, notify me on new form submission. Put your email address in here. And then if you want to change the thank you message, go ahead and change it there. It can be as big or small as you want to. And then also if somebody submits this form, you can add them to a list. add them to MPI, and then you can also tag them. Ask me anything, right? So now they're on my list and they've been tagged. So I kind of know where they came from, right? That's kind of smart. So go ahead and exit out of there, click save, and hit X. Awesome. All right, so let's see. Now we've got our pop-up edited and we've got our calendar. On to the next page, terms and conditions. If you have terms and conditions, great. I just had ChatGPT whip this up. It's kind of generic, whatever. Read it over. If you want to make changes, make changes. And it's not a bad idea to have these, right? Just in case, legal beagle. Then we've also got a privacy policy because you need one of these. Again, if your company has them, go ahead and copy them and edit them and make them your own. You can usually find them on your company website, your company's main company's website. But otherwise, this is just standardized boilerplate stuff. And you need something like this to run like Facebook ads and stuff. And again, it's not a bad idea to have it. So you've got all the pages updated now. And now the blog. Okay, so in the blog, you're going to want to come in here and edit your header and sidebar. You can have just text in here if you want to, or you can put an image back here. Look, when I come in here and I mouse over the block and I hit the gear, I could have an image there if I wanted to, right? So I could put an image that would be suited to this size of a container, and it could be in there. I can change the background color if I want to. I can make it gray. I can make it green. I can make it blue, whatever I like. And here is the text. All I did was I put the word blog in there. You can center it. You can right align it. You can do whatever you like, right? So you're going to want to edit that. Now you're also going to want to come in here and change your about and text right here. So you've got some information here. So you could be like, hey, thanks for visiting my blog, that sort of thing. Click save. All right. Now in here, I've got a placeholder blog. So in the placeholder blog, I've got an image, but look, you can also have a gallery. You can add multiple pictures. You can even have a video if you wanted to embed a YouTube video in here. So you just go grab that share embed code and put it in here. You can have the quote, you can have words, or you can have none, right? I think images work great. It's 1200 by 675. That's the best size image. You can go ask ChatGPT, what's the best size image for my main image for my, blog site, and it'll say 1200 by 675. So whatever images you'll want, this is not a 1200 by 675. It's just a placeholder in there. But you can easily, just like anything else, go create that image, upload that file, and let's see, 1200 by 675. I think I got one in here. Let's see here. Sure, let's do something like this. I think that's a 1200 by 675. So you just go ahead and upload it, and then you select it, hit select, and boom, there it is. There's my 1200 by 675. Now, I'm not going to go into this too much because I just created a video about how to very quickly turn this into an HTML block. Just know that you can also create really cool blocks like this. So you can have that image and chat with me kind of thing that opens up your pop-up if you want to. And then once you get your block all set up, you can copy it and then save it. And then you've got your really cool image setup. So watch this. I'm going to copy it. And now I'm going to go to my copied. And I'm going to take this and hit save it in my account. And it's going to be my, blog contact me, right there, blog contact me, and hit submit. Now, anytime I want to, I can take that blog contact me and drop it in. And boom, there it is, right? How cool is that? That way you don't have to remake everything every time. So you can drop that at the bottom of every one of your blog articles. Golden nugget there for you, totally worth the price of admission. Again, I'm not going to go into all the details about blogging because I've got a separate video for that. I'm just going to go ahead and click draft here for that. And let's see here. We've got your pages. We've got your blog. I do believe we are ready to go. Let's go back to the builder. Once you're satisfied with all of your changes, you're going to come over here to website settings. And here is where you're going to find some more settings. Let's go into domains. When we click into domains, this is where you've already got a domain assigned to you. It's this, terrible looking one here. You could put your name, you can change it if you want to. If you don't want to buy a domain, you could always keep fastpages365.com in there, and then whatever you want up here. So it could be, coolinsurance.fastpages365.com. You just click this thing and then it changes the system subdomain, which is this part right here. Or if you want to purchase a domain, which I strongly suggest so that you can use the email marketing so that you can have a, full business branding experience, you hit this connect an existing domain. And this is where you'll enter the domain you purchased from, GoDaddy.com or Porkbun or wherever you bought it. You'll want to type your domain right here. Testtimdomain.com. There we go. Connect that one. Now, this is the DNS, the domain name server entries. When you go into the back office of GoDaddy, there is this information. You're going to see your value, your host name, and you're going to need your CNAME updated. So these different records are going to need to be updated so that they point to this website. Now, this information is all in the FastPages 365. Let's come down here to the searchable knowledge base. Down here in the footer of FastPages 365, not available in your builder. You've got to go outside, open a new tab, go to, FastPages 365, scroll down here. So the searchable knowledge base is right here. This is where you can say, connect domain. So you start to type connect domain and search for it. And luckily enough, we show you exactly how to connect a domain for your website using GoDaddy. So right here, you'll see screenshots, everything you need to know. If you have questions, of course, I'm here to help you. Now, connecting a domain is easy. And then you can also see there's connecting a domain for email sending, right? So you can do that. So once you see this, it tells you exactly what to do next. It tells you how to do that. So no worries. That is going to be your final step once you're ready to go live, ready for prime time, connect your domain, get everything rocking and rolling. And of course, if you have any questions at all, reach out to me, which you can do on the website. Just go to the contact us. You can either hit me up here, book an appointment, or text me if you want to. All right. Thanks a lot.